We'll see some additional programs in loops. So there are two videos in loops. One is loops for kids and for others. Look at this program clearly. Factorial of any number. A factorial of any number. 4 factorial can be 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, or it can be 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So look at the program clearly. Check it out, how many statements are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I given the line numbers also. So those who are having problem with loops, you just concentrate on this. Line number 1, you read the data. To find the factorial of any particular number, we need to multiply the numbers from 1 to that particular number. Like I want factorial of 4, I need to multiply the numbers from 1 to 4. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. So start the loop with 1 and end with that concerned number. If you want to find the factorial of 4, you end with 4 loop. So look at the condition, I less than or equal to n. Here n is your input, 4 let it be. And inside the loop, how many statements are there? We have 5 and 6. Look at the indentation. 5 and 6 comes inside the loop. F is equal to f into I and I is equal to I plus 1. And line number 7 is outside the loop. Factorial of n is f. For all sorts of multiplications, you take the initial value of 1. Anything multiplied by 1, you get the same number. Look at the steps, the logic what I have given here. Those who are completely new to programming, you just focus on this. So I is 1, I is your loop variable, and f is for output, and n is your input. I less than or equal to n. So I is 1, I2, I3, I4, the loop. So when I is 1, 1 less than or equal to 4 is true. Once the expression is true, you go inside. We have two statements inside. F is equal to f into I. Substitute the values. 1 into 1 is 1 and I is equal to I plus 1. So 1, the starting value of I is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now after the completion of this step, your f is 1 and I is 2. Look at the second step. I less than or equal to n. 2 less than or equal to 4 is true. F is equal to f into I. The previous value of f is 1 and I is 2. And I is equal to I plus 1. That is 2 plus 1 is 3. In this step, f is 2 and I is 3. With these values, you move to another one. So I less than or equal to n. 3 less than or equal to 4 is true. F is equal to f into I. And I is equal to I plus 1. You just complete all the steps, and finally I becomes 5, and 5 less than or equal to 4 is false. You just come out of it. The factorial of 4 is 24. So like this you need to practice all the programs. Look at the check over there. What happens if you give the print inside the loop? You just make a small change in the program and observe the output always. And we have another one, check. There is a program. Identify the difference between the factorial and this. This is not a factorial program. This is something different. Look at line number 2. F is equal to 0. And line number 5. F is equal to f plus I. So program is there. You try to identify the question based on your output. So let n is equal to 5, you try for the output. Yes, write the steps like this, what we did in factorial, and based on the output you try to guess the question. So look at this. So we have 3 programs here. Look at the first program. Read any number for I in range 1 comma n plus 1. If n mod I equal to 0, print I. I given the steps on the top. let n is equal to 5 and I is 1, 5 mod 1 is 0, true, so 1 will be printed. When I is 2, 5 mod 2 equal to 0 is false. When I is 3, 5 mod 3 is equal to 0 is also false, and when I is 4, false. When I is 5, it is true, 5 will be printed. So this program is to print factors of any number. The program to print factors of any number. Check out the indentation while doing the lab. Look at the second program. I just made a small change. C plus is equal to 0. It is nothing but C is equal to C plus 1. And you need to initialize the value of C with 0 there. Try to identify the difference between each and every program. And C is equal to C plus 1 and print C. Means you are counting the number of factors in any number. If your input is 5, your C is 2. Look at the indentation. I have not given the colon there. For if n mod I equal to 0, the colon is missing over there. You just put colon over there and execute the program. Try to observe the steps. When n is 5, your C is 2. Means 5 is having only two factors, 1 and 5. When n is 4, you have C3, that is you have three factors, 1, 2, 4. 4 is divisible by 1 and 4 is divisible by 2 and 4 is divisible by 4. So first program is to print the factors of any number, and second program is to count the number of factors of any number. Now look at the third program on the right hand side. I just made some changes in the second program. I added if statement. If C is equal to 2 prime number, otherwise not a prime number. Again check it out. If n mod I equal to 0, the colon is missing there. I have not mentioned the colon there. You just put the colon and execute the program. So this program, you are verifying whether a number is prime number or not. And this logic works if your number is 2 or greater than 2 only. So 1 is prime number. And this program will work if your input is 2 or greater than 2. So count the factors. Any number with 2 factors is a prime number. And this logic won't work for 1. So that's what I am telling. Input is 2 or more than 2. You make a small change. If n mod I equal to 0, S is equal to S plus I, and check it out. You change the program to program number 2, you make a small change. Again, you observe the colon is missing for if there. Colon. You need to put colon after if condition. Instead of C plus equal to 1 in program number 2, you replace it by S is equal to S plus I, and check it out what happens. You get sum of factors of any number. Sum of factors of any number. Based on this, you can try one program. Check for a number perfect or not. Now, what do you mean by perfect number? Sum of factors of any number other than that number is equal to original number is a perfect number. Example 6. What are the factors of 6? 1, 2, 3 and 6. Do not include the number. So what are the factors now? Excluding the number. The factors of 6, 1, 2, 3. You add it. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. It's a perfect number. Take an example 8. 8 is not a perfect number. What are the factors of 8 other than that number? 1, 2 and 4. You add them. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. So 8 is not a perfect number. Like this, you can try more number of programs based on one particular logic. Look at this program, GCD, greatest common divisor, GCD of any two numbers. You read the numbers u and v and go through the condition. I have given the steps for 24 and 12, and you try the steps for 8 and 3, then it will be very clear and how the program works. Always if there is a program, you try to take an example and write the steps, and based on that the logic will be very clear to you. So another program, we have Fibonacci series. The series always starts with 0 and 1, and how it works: 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 1 plus 2 3, 2 plus 3 5, 3 plus 5 8, and 5 plus 8 13, and so on, sum of consecutive numbers. Look at the program logic. Your f1 is 0 and f2 is 1, and f3 is equal to f1 plus f2, that is 0 plus 1 is 1, and after that you need to add 1 and 1. So we started, the series starts with 0 and 1. After the first one, it is 1 plus 1, and so on. So look at the program. I given again steps here. Let n is equal to 5, I1, I2, I3. You try for I4 and I5. What happens? You just go through, follow the steps, and you try for I4 and I5. So few people will also display the values of, initial values in Fibonacci series f1 and f2 also. So even you can write the program like that also. You just put a statement print f1 f2 before the for loop. If someone asks you to print 0 1 also. Now look at this program. This program is to count the number of digits in any number. Count the number of digits in any number. You just practice the steps what we practiced earlier. If you give it input is 123 and we have 3 digits in this number. Count the number of digits in a number. You just complete the print statement also. The number of digits in the number are, close the double quotations and comma, count. So that right hand side part is not visible. You just complete it. So this program is palindrome. You read any number and reverse the number. If you get the same number, it is palindrome. In these type of programs, you need to observe one thing. You take some example 121 and write the steps. If your n is 121, if you reverse it, you get 121. You compare the original number with the reversed number. If your original number is equal to reversed number, it is palindrome. But one important aspect you need to keep in mind here is, you just complete the steps and check it out. If you start with 121, n becomes, the original numbers becomes 0 after the completion of loop. Then only you come out of the loop, n greater than 0. Since original number is becoming 0, you just put it in TEMP. Look at the statement TEMP is equal to n. You just put the original number in TEMP and look at the if condition now. The original number is compared with the reversed number. TEMP is equal to REV. So why TEMP here? As your original number is becoming 0 and you need to compare your original number with the reversed number, keep the original number in another variable and compare with the reversed number. Look at this simple program. You enter the lower limit and enter the upper limit. Yeah, something is missing on the right hand side. You just complete it by closing double quotations and close the brackets. And for I in range lower to upper, if I mod 2 not equal to 0, what do you mean by not equal to 0? If you divide any number by 2 and if your remainder is 0, it is even number. If the remainder is not 0 means it is odd number. So the program to print odd numbers within the range. Look at the case 1. The lower limit is 1 and upper limit is 16. So 1 to 16 you are printing the odd numbers. You are printing the odd numbers. Print I. Instead of print I, if you write C is equal to C plus 1. C is equal to C plus 1. Count the number of odd numbers. If you write C is equal to C plus I, sum of odd numbers. You just make some changes like this and try to improve your programming skills. Look at this program. Looks like similar to earlier, but look at the if condition. If I mod n is equal to 0, print I. What is n? Yeah, you take the range. Let's look at case 1. Your range is 1 to 50 and enter the number to be divided by. So you divide the range, all the numbers from 1 to 50 by 5. So look at the if I mod n is equal to 0. So the numbers which are divisible by 5 from lower limit to upper limit. In case 1 it is 1 to 50. In case 2 it is 50 to 100 and numbers divisible by 7. So look at this simple program. What exactly is it? 1 comma 26 means 1 to 25. Even numbers from 1 to 25. You look at this simple program for x. In Python, print x. Automatically it prints the characters one after one. So you want it in the same line. I want Python to be displayed in the same line. What are the changes to be made in printf statement? And you go through your sessions and you just make a change and try to print the output in the same line. So for x in range 1 comma 11 means 1 to 10. So what you are printing? You are printing squares of numbers from 1 to 10. Look at the print square of within double quotations comma x. So this is the location where x value will be printed, and is within double quotations comma x multiplied by x. You just identify the things clearly. And this, you take any number, let it be some 5 into 1, 5 into 2, 5 into 3 and so on. Is it a multiplication table? Yes, multiplication table of 5. Even here also you can, why don't you make some changes in the print to get the output as 5 into 1 is equal to 5, 5 into 2 is equal to 10 and 5 into 3 is equal to 15. 5 into 4 is equal to 20. You make some changes in the print statement and you try to get the output like that. So Yeah, here also we have three prints which are ending with missing the quotations and parenthesis. You just complete it and try it. What exactly is this? N is 0 while n not equal to 1. While n not equal to 1, you are inside the while loop and press 1 to exit from the loop. Again you read the you read the input here. So n is 0. What is the condition? N not equal to 1. 0 not equal to 1 is true. You go inside, you are inside the while loop. Press 1 to exit from the loop. If your input is 1, you just come out of it. Otherwise, again you go inside the loop. You have three prints, missing double quotations and missing right hand side parenthesis. You just add them and execute the program. And look at this program. This is also GCD of two numbers. I already given GCD of two numbers in a simple format, and you just go through the program and try to analyze the logic. What are the new things in this? So what is this number? What exactly is this program? Check it out. You just go through a program and you input any number and you give the base. If you observe the number system, we have number system like decimal, octal, hexadecimal. You give the base between 2 and 9 and you get the number in that base. No confusion. I just given some program here and analyze it. We'll be dealing with this type of programs in coming sessions. Check it out. What exactly is this program is and why we used ABS here. ABS converts a negative number to positive number, absolute. So if your input is 2, 3, 4, the sum is 2 plus 3 plus 4 and product 2 into 3 into 4. So is this program sum of individual digits of any number and products of individual digits of any number. Look at this program. What is it? Is it to count the number of digits in any number? Check it out. Count the number of digits in any number. You just make some changes in this program and try to write little bit simpler than this program. You can even write a simple program than this, but you try to make some changes in this and how to do that. So So what exactly is this program? While true, you read an input must be a symbol, plus, minus, multiplication and division. If your S is equal to other than that symbol, and what is that? Is it 0? Break. If S in, so just observe where we are using in. If your S in those symbols, then you read the numbers. You read X and Y, and if S is plus, it's X plus Y, X minus, addition of two numbers. So addition, multiplication, subtraction and division of any two numbers based on your choice. Look at that elif, S is equal to slash, if Y not equal to 0 and Y not equal to 0, the denominator cannot be 0. The denominator cannot be 0. And look at the else, wherever we have, what are the statements after else? Try to observe what is the last else. Invalid operational sign. Means if your entered character is not plus, minus, multiplication and division, you get some message. So check it out, what exactly is the program. If your number of items is 7 and output is 1 and minus 0.5, 0.25, and check it out, what exactly is this. So some sort of series here. Look at this program. Is this, what exactly is this a program? Check it out. A mod 2 equal to 0 means even number. Even is equal to even plus 1, else odd is equal to odd plus 1, is everything is okay. Then what exactly is this? If your input is 1, 0, 0, 3, 2, 8 and even is 4 and odd is 2. Is this a program? You read any number, in that number how many even and how many odd are there. You read any particular number, and in that number how many even numbers and how many odd numbers are there. That is at the count of even and count of odd in any number. So you make some necessary changes in this, and you can try few programs. Display even odd numbers from 1 to n. Count even odd numbers from 1 to n. Sum of even odd numbers from 1 to n. 1 to n means lower limit and upper limit. So use this logic and try to make some changes and try those programs. Sum of even odd from 1 to n, count even odd from 1 to n, and etc. So look at this program. Is it factorial of any number? Yeah, factorial of any number. This is another type of logic. What do you mean by this? 5 factorial can be 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, or 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So this logic is, write the steps and check it out, guys. Is it 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 logic? You can write a program in any way. So look at this. Is it Fibonacci series? In a different way. Yeah, you can write. That's what I'm telling. Right from the beginning, I'm telling only one thing. The program, you can write the program in any way. If you are new to the programmer, try to follow the simplest way. If you are a very good programmer, you can write it in any way. So try to observe the difference between this and the which I given it earlier in this session only. So print F1 and F2, F1 and F2 both are 1, and just go through it and check it out. So this is a prime number logic. It looks like prime number logic only. You go through it. Little bit complicated. Looks like little bit complicated. So that's what I'm telling. The program, you can write it in any way. So for I in range 1 comma n plus 1 means 1 to n, and result plus is equal to I. Result is equal to result plus I. What is this program? Sum of first n natural numbers. Sum of natural numbers or sum of numbers from 1 to n. So like this, you just keep practicing more number of programs.